What's up, everybody? My name is Godzi, and welcome back to some more Umineko When They Cry Questions Arc. Last episode, we continued with Chapter 4, and wait, nothing happened with them. There was a lot of shit that happened last episode regarding Ange, Maria, Sakataro, and the stakes. She just kind of denied their existence. She being Ange, she just kind of denied their existence, and they all disappeared, so that's fun. And I just have something that I want to say before I start this episode. This chapter, Chapter 4, has been a lot less interesting than the past few so far. I don't know particularly why that is, because it's not like it's felt that much different. I'm pretty sure I just guess it's more boring, honestly. Regarding Ange's backstory. I don't think the stuff with Maria and her mom in their house is that boring. I think that's perfectly fine. I kind of like that part. And of course the stuff on the island is as interesting as it usually is, but regarding Ange and, well, the stuff with the future, like with all those other characters, like Amakasa, Tetsuro, and Kasumi, that's not as boring. I kind of like that stuff. But with all the stakes and her shit at the school, it just pisses me off for no reason. It's just boring to me, and I'm sorry about that. It just kind of is. So, hey, at least this time we're not at the school, and we might be done with the school stuff in general, which excites me. So, yeah, let's get back into this shit. Dots. Oh, hi, Sakataro.
Uryu, Maria, answer me.
What happened?
Uryu, so I really am a stuffed animal? I'm made of cloth and cotton, so there's no way I can talk? So I can't talk to Maria?
Sakataro looked up at Maria sadly. Maria's face was covered with tears, and it looked as though it had even lost all traces of sadness.
I hear you, Sakataro. You aren't a stuffed animal made of cloth and cotton. You are my friend. I hate Ange. Sorry, Maria. Sorry, Maria.
Phew. Sakataro regretted doing that. By freezing her heart, Maria had finally been able to escape from her sadness. By speaking up and calling her back, he'd caused her to be overwhelmed with sadness again. Not Uryu. Sakataro tried hugging Maria, letting go of her, and gazing at her uneasily, lost as to how he could bring Maria's spirits up. He might have looked a little humorous doing that. In the end, that was enough to distract Maria from her sadness.
Sorry. Crying won't help anything anymore. You got in a fight with Ange, but you still have lots of friends, Maria. I'm not the only one. Everyone's here. Sakusuke and Sakukichi, the animal band, and many, many more.
Maria looked at the many stuffed animals around her pillow, which were gathered together as though they were having an idle chat.
Everyone is worried about you, Maria. They're all talking over and over about how to cheer you up, okay? Everyone won't go away like Ange? They won't. We'll always be together. Really? All of you are only with me at home. We can't go out together when Mama's around, and we can't go to school. You're supposed to take us to school. She'll get in trouble if the teacher finds out. But if no one finds out, we can be together at any time.
Sakataro, you're big, so you'd be found.
Then you can take one of the kids that are small enough to walk around with. For example, what about them? If you take the friends in the forest band, look, they're small, so you can hide them in your pocket and go to school together.
There's a lot of them in the band. I can't fit all of them all in my pocket. She collected all of the forest band pieces that were scattered across her bed. There were about as many of them as pieces in a chess set, so it'd probably be impossible to fit them all in her pocket.
In that case, you can just take friends that you're especially close with. You can take the 4 rabbits, your 4 best friends in the forest band.
Rabbits. Okay. Is there some connection to them and, the Chester sisters? I mean, there's only 2 of them, so maybe I'm just stretching. I don't know.
I can fit 4 in my pockets. Yeah, this way they won't be found. Now, you won't be alone even at school, Maria. Those kids will be with you even where I can't go.
Yeah, maybe I won't be lonely that way. Maybe I can hold out until coming home from school.
As long as we aren't found by the teacher and Mama, we can be with you at any time. So let's be together, play together forever. We definitely won't leave you all alone, Maria. Will you?
Maria's expression finally regained a little of its brightness. That's right. In the beginning, Maria's world didn't have Ange in it. Even without Ange, it was fun with everyone. And yet, strangely enough, it suddenly became sad without Ange, who had come in at the end. All that's happened is that I've returned to the world right before Ange entered it. So there's nothing to be sad about.
Yeah, I'm not lonely. Sakutaro and the others are with me. Will you? I love you, Maria. I won't let any more humans come into my world. Mariade Sorcière is an alliance between me and Beatrice only. From the start, even Beatrice didn't want to let Ange join. It's alright this way. Ange was still too young. For now, until you can be friends with Ange again, I think it's okay to forget about it. You can play together once you've regained your high spirits, Maria. Until then, all of us will be by your side. Thank you, Sakutaro, everyone.
Then Maria once again regained her former world. She regained the world that wasn't lonely, where she was surrounded by many friends. Just like usual, she didn't have any human friends at school, but her magic friends were always with her. The rabbit band she hid in her pockets talked with her during class, sounding like they were having fun. Just listening to that greatly embellished the time she spent in class. Maria made it so that, as long as Mama and the teacher didn't find out, her other friends could always be with her. When Mama told Maria to go play outside, Maria would secretly pack Sakutaro and Sakusuke and the rest into her bag and play together at the library or somewhere. Even when Mama was late coming home and Maria went shopping for dinner, she always went with Sakutaro. The man at the convenience store and the other people were nice to Sakutaro. He sometimes gave a second portion free for Maria and Sakutaro. When Mama found out, Maria would get in trouble for bringing Sakutaro and the rest outside. When the teacher found out, Maria would get in trouble for bringing toys to school. The toxin must be strong in Mama and the teacher. That's why Sakutaro looks like a normal stuffed animal to them. After all, the convenience store man and the others say hello to Sakutaro. Not all humans are hopeless. There are tons of people who, unlike Ange and Mama and the teacher, can say hello to magic friends like I can. They're just saying hi to the stuffed animal, because you're a kid. Oh, Maria, welcome. Was your mama late coming home tonight, too?
Yeah, but I've got Sakutaro, so I'm not lonely. Right, Sakutaro? Uryu, it's not just Sakutaro today. Some other friends came, too.
Oh, other friends, is it? What kind of friends did you bring today?
Today, the rabbits from the forest band are also with me. Look, in my pocket.
Maria began to line up 4 ceramic rabbit dolls on the register. As the owner of the shop looked at it, smiling, he sent a signal to a part-timer with his chin. Then, the sign on the other register that said closed was taken down, and a voice called out for everyone to move over there. All of the people in line behind Maria lined up behind that one. I see. You do have a lot of friends, Maria. But I hope your mama comes home soon.
Mama's busy with work again, so she's spending the night at the company. It's been very busy lately. She hasn't even been able to get much time to talk to me on the telephone. But I'm not lonely. I've got Sakutaro and the rest, right? Uryu. I even got all the rabbits from the band. Look, QQ. It's cute.
Is QQ the sound a rabbit makes? My, I've never heard that. After smiling at Sakutaro, who was poking his head out of her knapsack, she played around with the rabbit band on the register, making them frolic around. Although the shop manager gazed at this pleasantly, he had a slightly pitying look on his face. This was apparently a single-mother household, where the mother has to work hard and couldn't come home very often. On top of that, it looked like this girl didn't even have any friends. As he watched her play around happily with her dolls and claimed that she wasn't lonely despite everything, he couldn't help but feel a kind of compassion. And actually, this wasn't limited to him alone. Maria had become quite famous in this shopping district. Maria, you should eat some oden every once in a while. If you don't eat your eggs and fish paste, you won't get big.
Can't get a cream roll. Uryu, if you don't eat certain things, you won't get big. How about the oden for today? Then I'll have some oden.
Yep, that's the ticket. Why don't I stick a whole bunch in there? Want mustard?
Uryu, I can't handle spicy things.
Is mustard spicy? I see. Then you make sure you don't let it spill on the way home. It'll sure be delicious while it's hot.
Thank you.
She had planned on getting some sweet pastries for dinner, but since Odin had been recommended to her, she would be having that tonight instead. Letting someone else determine the menu makes for an unexpected and interesting meal. Very often, Maria had to decide what her dinner would be on her own, so it was easy for the menus to get a little one-sided. So it felt fun to have a meal she hadn't anticipated.
Uryu, thanks for giving us extra, mister.
Send my regards to your other friends at home. No stuffing yourself on the way back. Go straight home and eat it there.
Thanks, mister.
Maria raised the bag with the Odin container high. Eggs and fish paste. The fuck would that even taste like?
Huh? Uryu? What is it, Maria? The key isn't in my pocket.
Oh, she left it at the store, didn't she? Standing in front of the door to her house, Maria searched all over her body. The key to the house wasn't there. She always methodically put it in the same pocket, so there was no way she had put it in another pocket, but she searched her whole body just in case. Unsurprisingly, it wasn't there.
Did you drop it when you took your wallet out? No. When I took my wallet out, I definitely felt it. I also felt it when I searched my pocket partway there. It was there until partway. I didn't drop it.
Even though the late autumn wind had been bearable when Maria had been thinking of returning home, where the heater was, now that she was confused and had lost her key, that wind tormented her. But no matter how hard she searched, she couldn't find her key. She turned out all her pockets and even tried taking off her jacket and hitting it, but to no avail. Of course, she also turned the knapsack Sakataro was in upside down, but the key didn't come out. Something that should have been there wasn't where it was supposed to be. Why isn't the key there when I didn't do anything wrong? Why isn't it? Why? Why? Maria was cold and frustrated and angry, and she stamped on the ground. The bottom of her foot throbbed, but that didn't lessen her frustration. At the same time, her tears poured out. It wasn't her fault. No, so it was someone else's fault. But Maria didn't know who that someone was, and could do nothing but continue to let out a moan of anger.
Uryu, I'm sure you dropped it partway. Let's look for it, okay? Let's return on the road we came by and search, okay? Even though I went to all the trouble of buying Odin and got eggs and stuff for free, I won't be able to eat it while it's hot.
Do you not have a microwave? Or an oven, whichever one you'd need for Odin?
Maria, I know it's frustrating, but let's search, okay? It's no one's fault, so let's search.
Maria finally went near to Sakataro's words and began to trod back down the road she had come on. The wind was colder than before, and it felt like it was blowing in through the corners of her jacket in a mean way.
Uryu, let's watch our feet closely and search, okay? Then let's get home quickly, let the heater warm us up, and eat Odin, alright? I'm sure it'll be delicious.
Gone.
It's gone.
As Sakataro encouraged her, Maria searched for the key. She definitely left it at the store. But she made it all the way back to the convenience store where she bought the Odin. She hadn't found it. Just in case, she asked the man at the convenience store whether they had found the dropped key, but they hadn't found anything. Oh, never mind then. So, that sucks. One more time, she returned home, paying close attention to the area around her feet, but unsurprisingly, she didn't find it. She was no longer frustrated enough to stomp her feet. The hot tears dripped down her face. The Odin had cooled down completely. Even though she had been told it would be delicious when warm, she hadn't been able to eat it. Even though that man had given her so much free stuff.
Uryu, don't cry. Mama isn't coming back tonight. Let's do our best and search. Why can't I find it? Maria, don't cry. Let's do our best and search. Maria.
Maria was no longer able to hold back her tears. Sobbing, she clutched Sakataro and held the bag of Odin, returning once more down the road she had come by. Perhaps because more and more houses and stores had turned their lights off by now, it was even darker and harder to search than before. And once again, without finding the key, she returned to the convenience store. Maria, still can't find your key?
My key, it's gone.
Wasn't your mother away for the night? So you can't get into your house without a key?
Can't get in.
Well, that's not good. Did you try going to the police? They might be able to help you.
Mama said not to talk to policemen, even if they start talking to me.
Oh? Well, why is that? That is interesting, actually. It was probably because Rosa would be liable for making such a young girl like Maria watch over the house by herself. Oh, yeah. And because she knew that this wasn't something that would be permitted by society. So Maria was indoctrinated into changing the stores she bought things at, so that she didn't catch the eyes of adults. And into saying no more than a greeting to policemen, even if they talked to her. Maria had obediently done as she was told. Instead of considering why she must do that, she was much more concerned with meekly obeying because her mother had told her so. This is bad. But the manager of the convenience store probably didn't think of it that way. In the first place, seeing such a young girl being forced to watch over the house alone and so frequently would make anyone worry. And then, after making the round trip between her home and the store once more, and arriving at the convenience store for a third time, a policeman was there. It's that child. Maria, did you find your key?
Didn't find it.
What's your name, miss? The policeman asked her name, but Maria didn't answer. Did your mother tell you not to talk to policemen? Don't worry, no need to be scared of me. Have you eaten dinner yet, miss?
I bought some, but I couldn't get into my house, so I couldn't eat it.
What's your mother doing? Is she not coming home tonight? Is it her work? Do you know how we can contact your mother at work? Maria hung her head limply. She didn't understand why the policeman was getting mad at her. No, he probably wasn't getting mad at her, but if this reached her mother's ears, then she would definitely be in trouble. Even if she didn't understand the reason why she would be in trouble, she at least understood that much. But the policeman wouldn't let Maria go, and her head was swimming from hunger. The policeman noticed that and was decided that he'd listen to her story as they ate in the police box. Maria was taken to the police box. She had her oden heated in a microwave oven, and even salty rice cakes and hot tea were brought out for her. She had been told not to talk to policemen, but after being asked about Sakataro, she responded, starting to feel that this wasn't a bad person. And anyway, she wouldn't be able to return home now, so she didn't know what to do. She told him Mama's work phone number, which she had been told to tell no one of, and to use only in a very, very serious situation. Well, is this not one? In the tatami room inside the police box, as she ate the oden that was so hot it felt like it would burn her, she watched the policeman making the phone call, lazily thinking, I'm probably gonna get in trouble.
Will Mama get mad at me? Ooh.
If she does, she's awful. I mean, she's already awful. But, whatever. He must have been listening to the phone ringing for a very long time. With the receiver up to his ear, the policeman looked at the clock, grumbling. Maybe they aren't picking up because their business hours are over. Huh? Hello? Hello? Is this Auntie Rosa Ltd? This is the Komatsugawa Police Department police box in front of Senbun Sakura Station. Is that how you pronounce that? Is President, President Ushiromiya available? Yes. What? She's on vacation? Ah, fuck. Yes. Starting yesterday, the President has been on a 3-day vacation. Is there some business you have with her? Oh, no, never mind. So, do you know where she might be? You haven't heard where to contact her, have you? Sure. Could you hold on for a second? Hey, anyone heard where the President went for her vacation? Or how to contact her? I heard she was going for an all-you-can-eat crabs in Sapporo with her boyfriend. Oh, I'm sure such a cold place will do wonders for shrinking the distance between them, don't you? I haven't heard how to contact them. Yep, understood. Hello? I hear she went to Sapporo, but I'm not sure about how to reach her. Should I take a message? I see. What a shame. Well then, if you manage to get in touch with her again, could you tell her that we called? Sure, yes. What an awful cunt. After that, I was taken to the police department, which was even bigger, and ended up spending the night there. Then they asked me various things about myself. The lady who called herself the district office welfare officer came by and asked about a lot of things. And I was told, you poor thing. When I heard that, I learned for the first time.
Am I a poor thing? Uryu, that's not true. You're happy, Maria.
Okay, so finally shit's gonna hit the fan with Rosa and Maria, isn't it? Rosa, time to get your just desserts for abandoning your daughter. Ah, fuck. Then, Rosa came back. Maria was told to go to her room, but on her way back from the bathroom, she hid by the entrance to the living room and listened in on the exchange. The person who had come to visit was the female district welfare officer who had asked Maria various questions on that other day. You can't be so pushy! Maria's heart is too innocent and delicate, so if there was an insensitive kid there, she would be hurt. Please stop your pointless meddling.
But in that case, miss, if the child is so delicate, why leave her home all alone? Shouldn't the mother be together with her child?
I am together with her as much as I should be. I don't need to take instructions from you for something like that.
Oh, really? She's very well known in this area. They say your daughter frequently goes out at night to buy things and eat. Everyone was worried and looking out for her.
How do you know that was my child? There's got to be plenty of children around this town, right? Don't just suddenly decide that it's my Maria. Kids sometimes walk around outside at night, right? How can you prove that they were all my child?
It's well known around the shopping center that a girl holding a lion stuffed animal often stops by to eat dinner and buy things. Everyone treated Maria with care out of concern for her. Sometimes people even escorted her home, thinking the night roads might be dangerous, you see.
You can find lion stuffed animals anywhere. It was none of their business escorting her home. Are they thinking of kidnapping Maria? Don't bother her. Maria is my child. I am raising her. I have no intention of putting her in some strange institution. Stop your needless meddling.
We must not affair.
Wait, I forgot the quote.
We must not meddle in the affairs of other worlds.
Yeah, that's right, Donald. No muddling.
Meddling!
Was that lion stuffed animal mean me? It's okay. I'm the one in trouble. It has nothing to do with you, Sakataro.
Maria hugs Sakataro, continuing to watch her mother fearfully. Is Sakataro the size of a stuffed animal then? Or is he human? I don't know. I also wish I could be with Maria every day. But I'm a single mother, so I have to work. I may not look it, but I'm a president of a company, and I bear responsibility for my employees' well-being. I'm busy with my work all year round, so there's no time for me to rest.
Really? But you've been on vacation these last 3 days, haven't you?
I have not been on vacation. I've stayed at my company all night, working. There's a mountain of matters to be taken care of that the other unreliable employees can't handle.
Why are you lying like that? Someone from your company said that you were taking a 3-day vacation, you see. You went to Hokkaido with your boyfriend, right? Leaving your daughter by herself for 3 whole days.
I don't know anything about this boyfriend. I don't know anything about Hokkaido. Where are you getting this nonsense? Why? Why? Do you have any proof? What the hell? Don't just start butting in on someone else's family matters. I love Maria. I have my own way of loving her, so just keep your mouth shut. I didn't go on a vacation. I was just working the whole time. I was trying to finish things up at work with all my strength, because I wanted to see Maria as soon as I could. I stayed at the company the whole time. No, I don't know anything about Hokkaido. Don't just go ahead and say something like that. Just get out. Get out. What's wrong with you? Get out. Get out. Can't do screaming with a girl voice, that's for sure. Or a woman voice. Rosa raged, her hair flying wildly, as it usually does. A teacup was knocked over from the force of her standing up. But far louder than that was the sound of her beating the table with both hands. When faced with this rage that could accurately be described as wide-eyed derangement, the district welfare officer couldn't help but be taken aback. And the same went for Maria, who was secretly watching this from the hallway. She had already seen her mother in a rage several times before this, but she had never seen her this crazed with anger. When she saw this, Maria was sure this was no longer her mother. It was some other evil being that was possessing her mother's body. And then she herself was discovered by the evil being. Uh-oh. Maria knew that she was being reflected in the evil being's eyes. Her mind went blank, and she felt as though her field of vision was racing off into the distance. After fiercely closing in on Maria, Rosa mercilessly slapped her on her small shoulders, and dropped her gaze towards the stuffed animal Maria was holding, Sakutaro. Maria, even though I told you so many times not to take that outside, you brought it with you, didn't you?
Uryu, it isn't Maria's fault. I told her to take me. That's not true. I brought Sakutaro on my own because I was lonely. So Mama, it isn't Sakutaro's fault. Uryu, Maria. It's not Sakutaro's fault. It's not Sakutaro's fault.
Instead of Maria, the brunt of Rosa's anger was aimed at the lion-stuffed animal Maria was holding. Uh-oh. A girl went shopping in the middle of the night, always clutching a lion-stuffed animal. Because of that, she had become well-known in the shopping center. Didn't I tell you not to take stuffed animals with you? Why can't you Listen to what Mama says! Why? Why can't you follow Mama's rules? With every single word, she stamped her heel and banged furiously on the wall. Of course, she didn't make direct contact with Maria. However, the violence of the harsh sound certainly beat against her. Miss, stop that! Let go! I said let go, damn it! The district welfare officer had come back to her senses and was pinning Rosa's arms behind her back. But the instant Rosa was touched, she went wild, furiously throwing the welfare officer off. Christ. She hit the table and fell to the ground. A teacup on the table smashed on the floor, making a violent sound.
Maria didn't do anything wrong. It's my fault, so don't scold Maria. I'm the one who brought Sakutaro. It's not Sakutaro's fault. It's not Sakutaro's fault. So don't look at Sakutaro with those scary eyes. Don't look at him. So don't scold Maria. Don't scold Maria. What are you?
You. What were you doing just now? And a minute ago, too?
Do you also play with dolls like that? Outside? Did you do it in front of the people in the store?
So that's why they remembered you! Die, you brainless moron! Why are you such a dumbass? Christ, how is... Does CPS not exist in Japan in the 80s? Answer me honestly. When you went out, you always walked around with that stuffed animal without telling Mama, right?
What are you?
Stop using that weird stuffed animal talk. Speak with your own words, not a stuffed animal's.
Sakutaro isn't a stuffed animal. He's my friend. Don't call him a stuffed animal. Don't!
Yeah, I get it. It was called Sakutaro, wasn't it? You took him with you all the time when you went shopping without telling Mama, right?
Yeah.
Maria admitted it honestly. If she hadn't admitted it, then Sakutaro would have said something to take the blame. So by admitting it right away, she was protecting her small friend. Only Sakutaro? Any others? You haven't been bringing weird things to school too, have you? Miss, surely your daughter has done nothing wrong. Stop this interrogation at once. You stay quiet. I'm talking with my daughter, aren't I? Come on, Maria, look at Mama when you talk. What's the answer to Mama's question?
It wasn't just Sakutaro. All the rabbits were with me too.
Do you have them with you now? Maria fished around in her pockets, pulling out 4 ceramic rabbits with her tiny hand. The rabbits were her close friends, who could be together with her at school in Sakutaro's place. But when Rosa saw that, she shook her head slightly as though dizzy. On a school notice, it had been written that Maria was apparently bringing toys to school and playing with them, and her family was instructed to try and prevent this. But Rosa had rejected that, blaming the teacher and phoning in a protest of her own to the school, saying that there was no way her child would bring toys to school. For nearly an hour, she had shouted at the vice principal to stop making false accusations about her daughter. To a certain degree, those at the school had grasped that Maria was a pitiful girl. They knew that the small toys she brought in were her only friends, so they had done their best to overlook it. When the other students caught sight of them, some of the boys had started complaining that only she could bring toys, and the school had racked their brains on how to cope with this. That would make sense. They had tried to gently send a warning by way of the mother, but after Rosa's overreaction, even Maria's teacher decided to overlook it. But now Rosa knew. She had been the one who was wrong, and her daughter really had been bringing toys to school. And those at the school had known that she was a disgrace who brought toys to school, and played with them as though they were her only friends. To Rosa, who thought her daughter was just a little different from normal children, having this peculiar side of her daughter exposed and found fault with was, more than anything else, something she couldn't bear. Jesus Christ, let your daughter do things. So she howled. She raged. The district welfare officer tried to cut between Rosa and Maria again, but she only met with Rosa's wrath once more. Rosa once again threw the woman off with a face like a demon, and when even that failed to curb her anger, she stomped on the ground over and over again so forcefully that it seemed she might break through the floor. Then, after seeming to come back to her senses for a second, she immediately froze her harsh breathing and asked Maria, "Maria, those rabbits in the band, are they your close friends?"
Ew.
I see. Isn't it great that you have a full 4 friends? As she said that, Rosa grabbed one of the rabbits from Maria's hand. Then she shoved it in front of Maria's eyes so she could see it very well. The cute rabbit holding a trumpet was a small doll like a chess piece. She slowly lifted it in the air. Uh-oh. Of course, Maria's and Sakutaro's eyes also followed it. And then with the speed that the eye couldn't follow, she smashed it against the wall. Christ.
Hey!
She'd have to imagine that this worst possible thing might happen, so she instantly realized what had been done. So Maria let out a short, despairing scream. It was in pieces. It had been small and sturdy, but that hadn't been enough to withstand her mother's fierce rage.
Because you didn't listen to what Mama told you, I broke one of them. From now on, every time you disobey something Mama says, I'll break another one.
Remember that.
Miss, you think to call yourself a mother after doing something like that?
You think you can do something like that and not hurt your daughter?
Hurt Maria? I'm also hurting, right? Who's gonna take responsibility for my wounds?
Fucking greatest mother of all time, isn't she? Christ.
Well, who is? Didn't I tell you to shut up?
Stop it, Mama! It's my fault! Don't get mad at this lady!
It isn't Maria's fault, it's mine! Don't get mad at Maria!
Uryu.
Didn't I tell you to stop playing with stuffed animals like that? In the first place, it's disgusting. You say a stuffed animal is your friend? Just how old are you? How old? Well? This is just a gross, crappy stuffed animal made of cloth and cotton, right? This is the only kind of friend you have. If you have enough spare time to pretend this monstrous stuffed animal is your friend, go out and make some real, human friends. Why can you never make any friends? That's why your class always treats you like a weirdo and makes fun of you. Give it a rest and get a hold of yourself already. Grow up from the stuffed animal play.
Uryu.
Like I said, stop playing with that stuffed animal!
Ah! Mama! Give him back! Give Sakataro back! Uryu.
Uh-oh. Mama grabbed hold of Sakataro's head and took him from me. Then she smashed him against the wall over and over. He's stuffed, so that's just doing nothing to him but to the wall. It's might be damaging it.
Uryu. It hurts.
I said stop, damn it! I told you to stop that stuffed animal act! It's because of this stuffed animal. That's why you can never make any friends. That's why you alone are pushed off to the side of your class and treated like a freak. I should never have given you a stuffed animal like this. I should never have given you such a disgusting stuffed animal.
Stop it! Give Sakataro back! Ah! Sakataro is my friend. My best friend. As long as Sakataro's there, I don't need anything else. So give him back!
For some reason, my frantic request just added oil to the fire of Mama's anger. Mama pushed my arm aside as I tried to grab Sakataro and snatch him back. And in a bizarre way, she stuck her fingernails on both hands deep into Sakataro, twisting him. Oh fuck. The red muffler, which I had carefully wrapped for him every day, came off and fell to the floor. Sakataro, who had been so precious to me, was twisted, smashed, torn out with fingernails so much. He was twisted painfully, his face curving in sadness. Then Mama's fingernails found a stitch on the neck and tore it. With the fingernails of both hands, she tore it apart. Ah, god damn it. In that instant, Sakataro's yellow cloth and the cotton inside burst apart. It almost looked like moist cotton candy.
Ryu. Kitaro. Maria. Sakataro. Ryu. Kitaro. Taro.
Jesus Christ. The crumpled yellow cloth and the cotton candy flowing out were thrust right in front of my eyes. Then through Mama's face, the evil being stated it clearly. Oh shit.
Sakataro is dead.
Oh my god. Lady Maria's white heart, which was torn apart. His broken vessel can only be regenerated by the maester who created him. Rosa. Oh god damn it. Is Rosa technically a witch too? Fucking. However, Rosa disposed of the vessel's fragments and even lost the pattern paper. On top of that, his existence was denied by the Meister herself, so his resurrection is now impossible. The Meister died in 1986, and any chance for his resurrection disappeared for all time. Even the Endless Witch, Beatrice, could not manage it. Oh my fucking god. And now she's cackling, because of course she is. What the fuck? How do I read that? Mabagagurui Yugo Gikuguki Kutaro Sakuta O Gubijita Wow Gudaro Sagudara Wow. That sounds like, oh god, yeah, that's probably Maria crying, but like her words muffling from tears and shit, but it sounds more like a dog with a speech impediment going, you know? Maria, do not cry.
Beatrice.
Sakutaro was a good friend. As long as you do not forget that, he will always be with you. So do not cry.
Bring him back to life. You can use a lot of magic, Beato. You can even bring Sakutaro back to life, right?
About that? Of course, if Sakutaro had been my furniture, it would be easy. However, Sakutaro is your furniture. That makes it difficult for me.
If you say it's difficult, that means it isn't impossible, right? Bring him back to life. Bring him back to life with the endless magic.
To tell the truth, Sakutaro's vessel was a stuffed animal Rosa made herself, correct? That Rosa has denied Sakutaro. A life that is not permitted by its own mother cannot exist. Beatrice's words were feeble, because she knew that no matter what the excuse, it wouldn't be enough to calm Maria and make her accept it. But she had to communicate the painful truth to her disciple and close friend. She had to tell her the fact that even with all of her own power, even she could not revive Sakutaro. As long as you continue to strongly believe in Sakutaro's existence, that soul will not disappear. So Maria, please do not be sad. Even now, look, believe that Sakutaro is smiling right over there.
No! You have to bring Sakutaro back to life. No! Ah!
Give it up. There is no magic to revive Sakutaro. Despite that, you must strongly believe that Sakutaro will continue to exist as your close friend. That power will become magic.
That's not magic. You have to bring Sakutaro back to life. You can't do it because Mama made him herself? Why did Mama make Sakutaro? It was to give him to me as a present, right? It was to make him my friend, right? So why? Why did Mama make it herself and break it herself? Why did Mama give birth to it by herself and try to break it herself? I don't understand. I hate Mama. Can't stand it. Too sad. Wanna smash Mama up like she did to Sakutaro. Wanna stick my fingernails in her in terror. Turn her into cloth and cotton. Ah! Can't stand it. Beatrice! Ah! Sakutaro!
From the darkness behind Maria's back, two massive jet black arms crept out. Twisting around Maria, she sobbed in anger. That massive fingernail stuck into Maria's chest and stomach. Huh? Maria could not see that, but Beato could. Anger and sadness without any place to go will tear you apart. Beato knew that. She could see that. Yes, in the end, those massive arms were Maria's own. Those fingernails slowly started to eat into her chest and stomach. With their immense size and strength, those arms could probably tear Maria into bits easily. But Maria herself couldn't notice. Drowning in a sea of her own tears, she couldn't notice that her own arms were trying to tear apart her own chest.
I can't stand it. If Sakutaro can't be brought back to life no matter what, I want revenge. I want to make Mama meet the same end. I want her to meet the same end as Sakutaro. Beatrice, teach me magic for that. Teach me magic to beat Mama.
Is that truly how you feel?
Kill Mama! I'll kill her. No, that isn't Mama. It's a bad witch possessing Mama. I'll kill the witch Mama. Ah!
Very well. I shall give you that power. For tearing you and your beautiful heart apart. For giving you that pain. It is fitting that your heartless mother be torn apart considerably. I shall teach it to you. I shall teach you of the abyss in the world of witches. Of the depths where no light reaches.
Sakutaro. Hate. I hate everyone. I hate Mama too. Angie too. I hate everyone. Everyone! Ah!
This is kind of bad. That's a lot of shattering, and then this shatter transition. Well, that was fucking crazy. Do the rabbits actually represent the Chester sisters? I don't know why they would include the rabbits if they didn't. Or why the Chester sisters would have rabbit ears if they didn't. If they introduce a third one but not a fourth one, then I imagine they definitely do. As for Sakutaro, what even is his overall importance? Just like a scapegoat to show how bad Rosa is? I had planned on taking a nap, but the boat really was shaking bad. Oh, what? Oh, we're back to this stuff. I gave up on sleeping and went up onto the deck. There I was welcomed by the shining sun and a strong sea breeze. Oh, we're in the future. Okay. Amakusa had been doing some stretches on the deck. He must have a lot of time on his hands too. After all, it'll be several more hours before we reach Niijima. It would only have taken a couple dozen minutes by airplane, but there was a chance that the Niijima airport was under the Sumadera family's web. The harbor would probably be the same. For that reason, I obtained a boat that would let me land while avoiding the harbor, no questions asked. I bumped into a cheery boat captain. Plied him generously, and he had decided to help me out, amused. Still gonna be a while? I just asked the captain, and it sounds like it'll take a full 2 hours more. Well, beggars can't be choosers. The weather sure is nice. Feels like I'll burn. Going to read on the deck, you'll damage your book. Amakusa apparently thought this was because I was clutching Maria's diary under my arm. I'd been reading it half asleep, which was why I'd come back up still clutching it. How's it going? Think you'll be able to find the truth of Rokkenjima from Maria's diary? Who knows? No matter how much I investigate what happened on that island, it won't make for anything more than a theory. There's no truth written in the message bottle or Maria's diary. Just a fairy tale with a witch walking around. I'm stuck. Looks like you got nothing to look forward to except questioning those involved on Niijima. I imagine the witch hunters have showered them with questions over and over, so I'm pretty sure I won't find any new facts. So even though your hopes are that low, you're willing to spend a half-day trip on your boat to go to Niijima anyway. Talk about fickle. It's like a journey of self-satisfaction, so I can say I investigated. I'm not so naive as to seriously think that the truth of 12 years ago will be revealed. And when you're done with your self-satisfaction trip, what do you do next? Who knows? I haven't thought about it. I'll go to Niijima, ask some people who were involved. Then after going to Rokkenjima in the end and leaving some flowers, my journey will be over. Several days have already passed since this journey began. After being told by Burncastle on the roof of that building to search for the truth of 12 years ago, I'd left on a journey like trying to grasp a cloud. At the time, I felt as though I'd experienced something mystical and had the feeling that I might be able to grasp some kind of miracle at the end of this journey. But after several days passed, my excitement died down. On that day, when I stood on the roof of that skyscraper, my heart was completely cornered and dead. So I'd wanted from the bottom of my heart to be released from the cage in my body and rise into the sky. And I crossed the fence in order to die. Maybe experiencing the desire to die and actually stepping forward, throwing my body down, caused some kind of mystical experience inside my head, making me think I had received a message from a witch. The excitement from my jump lessened over time, and the more I came back to my senses, the more this journey lost its meaning. But I didn't even consider suspending this journey just because of that. If I stopped this journey, it'll mean acknowledging that the message from that witch was an illusion. And I felt as though that meant throwing away the promise that the witch made, and any chance that someone from my family might come back. So because it was hard to believe that those events were an illusion, I've continued on my journey. I don't seriously believe that this journey will change anything. It's even up to me when to end this journey. It's up to me to choose where the final destination is. In the end, this journey is only for my self-satisfaction. Self-satisfaction, huh? Sounds bad when you say it, but I think that's actually what life is all about. Oh?
If that's the answer you've reached after hovering over the line between life and death in the mercenary business, it's probably pretty deep.
Don't take it so lightly. What I'm trying to say is that the only one who can acknowledge you in this world is you yourself. Makusa continued stretching as he spoke, in an irritatingly fresh way. Hearing it told to me as though from a teacher made me instinctively want to resist. What he was saying was extremely sensible.
That may be true. People work hard when they want to be acknowledged by someone. In most cases, that someone is their parents. Children learn how to work hard because they want to be praised by their parents. Although that's why I never learned.
Sorry, that's not how I meant it. What I'm trying to say is that there's nothing wrong with self-satisfaction. No matter who praises you, it's meaningless unless you can accept it. Turning it around, even if no one praises you, that doesn't matter as long as you can accept it.
Self-satisfaction tends to contradict the desire to improve oneself, so we're usually taught that it's bad. Somehow, your argument seems like a pretty fresh take on it, Amakusa.
The anguish of the human world comes when you want someone to acknowledge you, but you don't know what it is you should be striving for. I had a time like that too. I wanted to be acknowledged by someone, but I didn't know what I wanted them to acknowledge about me. And since I didn't know what to strive for or how far I should go to be acknowledged, I did a lot of crazy things.
And the answer you reached was self-satisfaction?
Sounds bad, but that's how it is. Rich is the one who is content with what they are, they say. If I'm satisfied with my life, it doesn't matter what other people say. It's the same for your life, and for this journey. No one has any right to criticize you other than you yourself, Ange. You're the only one who determines the meaning and results of your journey. If it's been a meaningful journey for you, then that's more than enough.
I always did take you for a flippant ladies' man, but you really do say weird things every once in a while. I bet you think saying stuff like that will make you popular.
Of course not, of course not. That's not how I meant it at all. Looks like you want to be alone. I'll head over to see the boat captain. Please, take it easy. Amakusa apparently decided I was in a bad mood, although I didn't feel that way myself. Or he might have finished a set of stretches and wanted to cool off in the shade. The sea winds were strong, but not enough to cool the rays of the sun. Amakusa disappeared. Only I remained.
Self-satisfaction is life itself, huh?
Oh, hi, Mammon.
That's just boring. Life is nothing without greed.
I noticed that Mammon had suddenly appeared, her abundant hair fluttering over the prow of the ship.
It's true that a life of greed would be fun, but unlike you, humans have a limited lifespan. If greed is eternal, that means a person will have desires even in the last moment before they die. Having desires means there's something that you want. Something you don't have, some way you aren't complete. I'm sure it's tough to die when you can't think of your life as being a full one, so I'm sure self-satisfaction is necessary. I see. Because of the existence of a lifespan, you have to compromise like that. All of my masters had very long lifespans, so I've never thought of it. I wonder if humans live for the purpose of becoming satisfied. If so, it's probably easiest to live without desires. I see, so that's why greed is one of the 7 deadly sins. Your praise honors me.
Apparently that counted as a compliment in Mammon's eyes. She turned and gave a graceful bow.
Ange, do humans live so that they can find satisfaction at the moment of their deaths? Wouldn't it be pretty tough if you felt you were lacking something when you died?
If so, then humans live only so that they can meet a satisfying death. They live so that they can have a better death. They live so that they can die. This kid's saying something pretty incredible. I see, as I'd expect from a demon stake. However, it might be the truth. Humans suffer because they aren't satisfied and live only to find satisfaction. In other words, that might be the same as the desire to die satisfied.
I can't counter that. People live in order to be satisfied, and they hope to die that way. So it's really painful when you don't know how to find that satisfaction. Just how can you find something like that in a human's life? By being acknowledged. By hearing someone say, you are happy. If it doesn't matter who acknowledges them, then I'll do it. Yeah, that's the problem. People don't know who needs to acknowledge them. So searching for this person who can acknowledge them is the journey of their life? This sounds strange. Whether you're acknowledged or not, it supposedly doesn't change your circumstances.
And yet, if you are acknowledged, you will be satisfied. Well, if you aren't, then you won't. It's almost like the blue bird. Because you can't notice the blue bird even though it's already in the cage, you have to go out on a journey searching everywhere. What the heck? Human lives sure are stupid. That's right. Amakasa said something really good. Rich is the one who is content with what they are. Was it? I don't know where that proverb came from, but it's deep. Basically, if you can't find enough satisfaction unless someone else acknowledges you, that's the same as not acknowledging yourself. The ultimate in self-fulfillment is acknowledging yourself. That's right, because if you can know that you're fully satisfied, there's no need to be acknowledged by anyone. Just by taking notice of the small things, the human's foolish journey of life can be ended easily. You can spend the rest of your life playing and having a good time. A human's life is so ridiculous. Mammon's choice of words was bad, but it was surely the truth. If most of a human's life is a journey with the hopes that someone will acknowledge them, so that they can achieve a satisfied death, then when they realize that the person doing the acknowledging isn't someone else, but they themselves, that pointless journey can end. Humans who have ended that journey can probably spend the rest of their lives as they wish, with their heads held high. How noble, how praiseworthy would that be? You know, it seems Amakasa's on pretty bad terms with his parents. That makes sense. Any decent parents would want him to get the hell out of the trade he's in. Does that really matter, though? As long as it's fun for the person in question. Exactly. That's what it comes down to in the end. Criticism formed by the observations of other people doesn't matter. If your existence is firmly acknowledged by you yourself, that's enough. If you can live with confidence in yourself, you'll surely be able to accept and be satisfied with any kind of lifestyle. I'm sure Amakasa will eventually eat a stray bullet on the battlefield and get seriously injured. He might even die. But I don't think he'd view that as something unfair. I'm sure he'd cackle about how that's also part of life. What a great way to live. I could fall for the guy. Pitiful humans who can't acknowledge themselves wander about searching for that their whole lives. And without anything being accepted, they do nothing but grumble and die while still unsatisfied. How pitiful. Compared to people whose lives drag on without any purpose. Amakasa is more likely to eventually die by the roadside, but I think he's much more noble for living his life with his head held high. Aren't the winners in life those who achieve enlightenment? If they can do that even a little sooner, they'll be able to live that much more of their life effectively. With Mammon's words, I finally accepted a certain fact. In the past, I've called that girl unusual, a little strange. However, that wasn't true. All she did was keep her head held high. Again, I fucked that phrase up. And finish that journey faster than anyone else. Maybe that's what made Maria so amazing. When she was at the age where she might or might not enter the first year of elementary school, she had already reached that point. What are you talking about? For people like us, looking at her life from the outside, it wasn't something we'd call blessed. But even though days like that were engraved in her diary, they always finished up by saying that it was a happy day. Even though the part of her mother that didn't love her daughter came and went, she believed that her mother loved her. The mother's love that didn't exist, she created herself, filling her world with love. Others might observe her as an unsatisfied, pitiful girl, but she herself acknowledged that she was satisfied, and so she was happy that way. It's easy to observe that as something pitiable and sad, but to her that was an outsider's opinion, so it didn't matter. Whether or not I was happy for her was the only important thing. It's just like how, when people who live in the city point to the lifestyles of those in rural areas, and mourn their inconvenience and feel sympathy for them, it's really none of their business. If those who live there are satisfied with what they have, that's more than enough. I finally noticed something. I noticed it just now. I did something horrible to Maria, and to you all, and Sakataro as well, on that day. Whether magic exists or not, that's not up to other people to decide. It's up to you yourself. Whether magic exists to Maria is a problem for Maria to decide, not me. And yet when I was young on that day, I said it. By saying there was no way magic exists, I hurt her. The fact that magic doesn't exist in my eyes matters in my world. But denying it even in Maria's world for that reason was totally misguided. Mariade Sorcière is the Witches' Alliance Maria created. I was invited into it, and told to become a witch with them. Thinking it a new, interesting game, I went along with that for a while. But because of the cruelty of youth, I got tired of it halfway through, and I tore her pure heart apart with sharp words. At that time, we must have gotten into a huge fight. I forgot about it right away, but she couldn't forget about it. After all, to her, magic was a natural power that really existed, and she believed that she'd be able to share it with me. To Maria, magic is a power that can interpret the world as blessed. No, which can truly make everything blessed. She just wanted to share that with me too. The young me tore that feeling apart, so she closed herself up in a shell, assuming that she wouldn't be able to share her magic with anyone. If that's true, then Lady Maria's journey through life wasn't over after all. If she'd been able to accept herself, then there'd be no need to collapse just because you denied her, Ange. Maria was young. She still hadn't reached a philosophical viewpoint like Amakusa. Yeah, now I understand. That's why the Witches' Alliance, called Maria the Sorcière, was necessary. An alliance where each acknowledges that the other is a witch. That's right, I'm pretty sure that was the first article in the agreement of Maria the Sorcière. Witches of the Alliance would acknowledge each other and respect each other. That's the deepest and only meaning of the Witches' Alliance. Maria wanted to share with me the secret laws to make the world happy, called magic. But I was young, and she was too. I hurt her with innocent cruelty. On that day, I said cruel things. To you all, and Sakutaro. I said there was no way you exist. How rude. We acknowledge that we exist ourselves. We're not like humans with their souls half asleep. I think, therefore I am. Whether you acknowledge or deny magic, the existence of the magic called the Seven Stakes of Purgatory is a fact. As long as we acknowledge it ourselves, to borrow your words. It truly would be violence for another person like me to deny it. I'm sure that'd be like having your true mother yell, "I wish you had never been born." No, disappear. Even after being slammed by all those words, Maria's magic made her believe in her mother's love. Sakutaro, her magic friend, always encouraged her. He kept saying that her mother loved her, that she was coming home late because of her work, and that she would definitely bring back a present. Even after Maria learned that her mother's work wasn't really the cause, magic allowed her to continue believing. And by believing that her mother loved her, by acknowledging herself, she filled her world with love and peace and serenity, establishing it completely. What happened 12 years ago? What happened to my family? This was never a journey to search for that. Then what kind of journey is this? It was a journey to apologize to Maria for what happened on that day. I don't know why, but that's what I think. If I hadn't hurt her, the incident 12 years ago might not have occurred. That's what I think. I have no basis for it. I don't have a clue how hurting Maria could be connected with that mysterious incident several years later. But for some reason, I can't imagine that there's no connection. A witch caused that incident, and the culprit is the Golden Witch Beatrice. And Beatrice was part of the Maria the Sorcière Alliance of Witches. I horribly hurt the other witch of that alliance. I hurt her with the thought that magic doesn't exist. So several years later, a crime caused by a witch occurred. In a two-day period that couldn't be explained with anything but magic was thrust in my face, thanks to the message bottle. There's no way I wasn't involved somehow. I don't get it. It could be coincidence or it could be fate. For some reason, I've started thinking like that on this journey. And what's your basis for it? I have none. I just think it's true. The Japanese sure are interesting. Even when they're the victim, they feel as though they did something wrong and apologize for no reason. Is that the Japanese or the Canadians? I could understand if he said, "I hate Beatrice for stealing my family," or something. But you really are weird, feeling guilty for no reason and apologizing. Of course I hate Beatrice. I couldn't continue this journey without that feeling. But it's okay to choose yet another purpose for this journey. There's nothing wrong with adding on a goal of apologizing for past sins, in addition to getting revenge on a witch for what happened 12 years ago. I can at least go to Rokkenjima, apologize for my reckless remarks, and offer flowers. No, there's something better than flowers, and I think that would be more fitting for Maria. I stood up, not minding that the sea breeze scattered my hair and concentrated my mind. I lifted my palm up to the height of my head, and imagined a vast space. Ange! Be quiet. Come, arise.
I'm the witch apprentice, Ange Beatrice. I was excommunicated, but I was once a member of the same alliance, and you were the dearly missed furniture who played with me. Answer to my call. It was hard to tell in the middle of the day, but a faint blue light gathered around the palm of my hand. Then, Sakataro's form was revived. Oh god, really? It truly did bring back memories, that figure. His cute ears, his bright red muffler. It came off easily, so Maria faithfully rewrapped it all the time, didn't she? Is he fine then? Oh no, he's just here now. Maria's precious friend. Very simple, warm, and kind. Tends to say, Uryu. Didn't Maria also have a habit of saying this long ago? She says ooh, not over you. So does that mean, okay, he's still dead here. Huh. Well, we're at about an hour, and I have some other things to do. But I feel like this is a decent place to stop, at the very least. So that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. If you liked it, be sure to press the like button. And if you didn't like it, fuck you too. Remember to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all my videos and stuff. And as always, my name is Godzi, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!